Guys, so I'm coming back to do a video. This video is going to be entitled, Why Can't You Seem to Get Your Gemini to Commit? Or why can't you even seem to get a Gemini to look your way? So, yeah, if y'all like my content that I'm putting out, hit that like, comment, subscribe, and become a part of the tribe. All right, so my number one thing, as being a Gemini myself, just things that I've experienced where guys have approached me and fumbled the bag. Your approach. First of all, Gemini, if you're going to see a Gemini, most of the times, I would say about 90% of the time, if you meet a Gemini, she's going to be well put together. Like she's going to be dressed nice, she's going to smell nice, she's going to have her hair nice. Like, you're not going to catch her slipping. So if we put and invest that much time into ourselves, then obviously if we're going to let you into our space, then you would have to come either at that level or above. Now, let's just say hypothetically, you just get off work, you're not looking your best, but you just really had to approach this Gemini female. Now, with that being said, it's all about what comes out of your mouth. Like, if you come off like you're intellectually challenged or you don't know how to articulate yourself, automatically Gemini is not going to be interested. Like, it is very much a turn off if a man can't articulate himself or if he does not seem knowledgeable or know what it is that he wants. Like, Geminis are naturally turned on by a man that knows what he wants and knows how to get it and doesn't mind moving people out of the way to get whether it's that Gemini or whether it's that whatever in life. And so if you're gonna want to step to or an approach a Gemini, like that is something that you are going to have to come forward with. Like you can't come over stuttering, not saying that there's an issue with stuttering, but you got to be sure of yourself. Like if you're not sure of yourself, we sense it. We know, like we're very intuitive. We can pick up on energies, we pick up on intentions. And if you're not 100% sure of yourself, we ain't sure of you either, and we gonna keep it moving. We will friend zone you in a hot second because we are sweets, and so we won't be like, no, unless we just in a crappy mood, which I would never do that. But at the same time, we will friend zone you. Like, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Stop right there. Let's see what else. I just had a freaking brain fart. So yes, so if you're approaching a Gemini, just make sure that you have your ducks in a row. If you're interested, then approach them like a champ, a G. And even if they hit you with that, I'm not interested. Like if you think quickly on your feet and you give them a nice little jokey joke or something that makes them say, "Oh," that quick no might turn into a okay, let's exchange numbers, because we like people that think on their feet. We like people that are not afraid of a challenge. We like people that are very smart. We like people that are very ambitious, goal driven, because we're hard workers, we're goal driven, and we want people to be able to match us where we are. Let's just say that you have built up the confidence, you've approached your Gemini, you've gotten her phone number, his phone number. Now what? Well, unfortunately, give her a little time. We like a build up. We don't like okay, so there's two sides of the coin. So if we gave you a chance because you were the exception, meaning that we weren't feeling you, but we just gave you a chance, give her some time. Do not call her immediately. Do not hit her up that same night. Give her a few days and just be like, oh, hey, what's up? You want to hang out? By that time, Gemini realizes that, oh, I gave dude my phone number and he never called. Like, he acted like he was hard up to get it, but for some reason he wasn't interested or something. So by the time you call, Gemini is expecting your call and they didn't get your call. So now you're calling and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, let's hang out, because now you built up some anticipation. It's like a kid. Ooh, I want to go to the candy store. Yeah, sure, I'll go out. Now, the other side of that, if the Gemini was already feeling you from the beginning and they liked you and they liked you and y'all kind of liked each other, the worst thing that you can do is skip out on your Gemini. If she is hitting you, texting you, calling you, and you know that she's feeling you, like a quick, surefire way to get your Gemini uninterested is to not respond, go ghost, which, there are certain levels to ghosting. Like, no, don't ever ghost your Gemini. Like, literally, like, that's just toxic altogether. But 1 to 2 days, 24 hours, I would say, and multiple times, you would definitely lose out on your Gemini. Like, she'd be done. She's done. So yeah, don't do that. But if she was feeling you from the beginning, just go ahead and hit her up. Like chances are she ready to go out, hang out, whatever. She down for whatever. Um, we are naturally shy. And we can come off as confident because we know how to play the role. I mean, we are mutable. I mean, Gemini, we are we're mutable. I would say that Gemini is mutable because we can conform to whatever environment that we're in. If we need to be straight up and down, and we see it, we read the room. If the room is lax, then cool, we can be lax and cool. If the room is go getter, top notch, we can be top notch. If it's classy, we can be classy. If it's, we read the energy of the room and we go with that. And so, um, Geminis will naturally are shy. So even though we may come off as confident, even though we may come off as arrogant, quote unquote, cocky, it's a facade. We just as nervous on the inside as you are. The crazy thing is, but we know how to channel that energy and make you feel as if we're not, and make you feel as if we're confident. But it's subtle things that if you pay attention to a Gemini, you will realize, oh, she's nervous. Oh, she calling my bluff. Oh, she flexing. Like, but you would have to pay attention. You would have to know the Gemini in order to know that, because it's something that we've mastered. Like, we are very witty, so we think quickly on our feet. So you'll never be able to catch us in that moment as being shy or not as confident or insecure or whatever you want to call it. But if you pay attention, you can catch it. What else? And I have my little cheat sheet that I wrote down, just some key points to hone on. Let's see. Geminis are free spirits. I don't know what y'all think about, or what are y'all thinking when y'all say Geminis are free spirits? Because when I get the interpretation, when somebody says somebody's a free spirit, I think that they loose. And no, that's not at all what a Gemini is. A Gemini is free spirited when it comes to just owning who they are, being free in if they want to be happy, if they want to be sad, if they want to be upset, if they want to be in love, if they want to be hot, if they want to be cold. I'm not going to put on a suit because you think I need to put on a suit. I'm not going to act like, I'm not going to talk like this because you think I should talk like this. I'm not going to look like this because you think I should look like this. That's what free spirit means for Gemini. Like, we are, you try to put us in a box and tell us to stay within the constraints of the box. That just gives us the red light to break out of the box. So never try to confound your Gemini, because that's just, a recipe for disaster. Oh, excuse me. That is what a free spirited Gemini is. Now, when it comes to the bedroom, like, we can, we like exploring our sexuality. We like to experiment with things. Geminis will try anything once. And we like it, we'll continue to try it. But the take back from that is, if you can't please a Gemini, they will, how should I put this? It's a deal breaker. So if you like your Gemini, and you're not pleasing her, you better think of some ways to please her, because if you cannot please her, that relationship won't last long at all. But let's see, ways to keep your Gemini's attention. Just being, you don't even necessarily have to be smart, but just being knowledgeable about things. Like, you could talk about how to fix a car. You could talk about how to hang a TV. You could talk about anything, but just be knowledgeable about something. Like, if we don't sit here and talk about stuff that's not important or stuff that's not profound, like, heck, you could start talking about just having an opinion about something, like something that you feel strongly about, just to know, like, you have depth, that you have thoughts besides what society has painted everybody to believe, or just anything other than the same mundane. Like, you will definitely have your Gemini's attention for a while, because we love to hear and know people's thoughts and the reasons behind why they do what they do and why they act the way they act. So you could just start talking about your passion, and hopefully, it's a great passion or something that you really feel strongly about. And if you talk about that, you'll have your Gemini's attention. And we just like to keep our minds stimulated. We like to learn things. We like to do things. We are very technical savvy. So we will always, be doing things with our hands. Like, for instance, if you look on my YouTube channel, like I do a lot of DIY projects. Like we are so great when it comes to thinking through processes and putting things together and knowing how things work without even needing instructions to know how things work, because that's just the way our minds work. Now, with that being said, we are always in our minds. We are always thinking. We're always assessing and reading into things. And when I say into things, we don't overread. It's just that people don't own their crap. So like we pick up if somebody is being shady or if somebody's don't have great intentions. Like the crazy thing about it is what men don't realize is most women, if you're upfront with them and you're like, oh man, I'm really not interested in a long-term relationship, but I do want somebody that I can hang out with and chill with from time to time, and whatever. And some women would be down for just that. Like they're not looking for no strings attached. They're not looking for relationships. Like you'd be amazed at how much you could get accomplished if you were just honest. And so Geminis, we know like when you say one thing and your intentions aren't there or you're meaning another, we already know. So don't approach a Gemini with different intentions from what you're stating, because we read through the BS. And even if they didn't read you then, you eventually will be found out. And it's just like a waste of time. And we get frustrated because we don't like to waste people's time and we don't want our time wasted. And just be honest. Like there are some Geminis that will be like, okay, cool, let's make it do what it do. There are some Geminis that will be like, nah, I'm good on you. But I think honesty is the best policy, because that way everybody's happy, and then you don't have to be into a situation where you're in a thin line between love and hate because you don't make this girl fall in love with you and she's a Gemini and she presented you to one twin and you didn't know about this other twin that she had buried away because she crazy, and then all of a sudden she tearing up your house and shooting, and you don't want those problems. When it comes to Gemini, we value honesty, we value loyalty, we value people that are in tune with their wants and needs, because a lot of times Gemini thinks that's attractive. Like if you know what you want in life, if you know where you know yourself, that's a turn on in itself. So you don't have to lie. And sometimes you just be like, oh, well, I don't know what it is that I want to do, but I want to figure it out with you. Like what I just said there. It's cute. I mean, it won't last long until you got to figure something out. But it will buy you some time with your Gemini, because it's just like, dang, this dude feeling me like this. Like he wants to figure out life with me. Like we could go places, we could do things. But yeah, you actually have to put action behind it. We are very action oriented. Like you have to move. It can't be stagnant all the time. Like you have to make change. Like we get bored with just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like we don't like it. We don't like routine. We like spur of the moment. If you can hang with our wittiness, like we will throw, like you ever seen like a movie where somebody's in a batting cage and then they are getting beat up by the balls or whatnot, but then you got the one that know what they doing and they go in the batting cage and they hitting them, knocking them, catching them. That's what Gemini needs. Like we need somebody, when we throw you with the left, right hook, you can hang, you can meet us where we're at. Like that is such a turn on if a man can hang with us, like word for word, emotion for emotion, know when we're emotional but BSing. Like you have to understand us to know us, because we could be giving you emotion and it's really not anything behind it, but because we're Geminis and we are quote unquote emotional, you have to see us through that. And then at the end of the conversation, we'd be like, oh, okay, let's go. Let's go eat some tacos, or let's go, do whatever. And it's cool. And it was nothing. And that's how Geminis are. Like, we don't hold on to anything. Like, it takes a lot for you to mess up a situation with a Gemini. Like, if your Gemini walks away from you, like, it's because you just was not, you messed up too many times, bro. Unfortunately.